Yep.
Hey everybody, I got Brian Nelson here of the TPC, and he's shooting this Rock Island open shotgun that a lot of people have been interested in simply because it's an inexpensive open option. Brian, tell us about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype around these, and some of it's real. I don't think all of it is, but I'll tell you what, I picked this up because I wanted to get into the open stuff. Didn't quite have the funds to go full hog on a Vepr from Dissident or Limcat or anything like that. And once you pay the money, you still got to do the weight. This thing I found on Gunbroker for about 650 bucks. Retail on them, street price is about going to be that. And I could have it in 3 days. And I did all the stuff needed to make it ready in about 5 minutes with a screwdriver. So these are made by Derya Arms in Turkey. They've actually kind of a proven platform. If you see the Typhoon F12, basically the same gun. Turkish steel mags, these are not that expensive. The reason I like it, I just ran it through all of Texas 3-gun championships. I only had one malfunction, and that was magazine related. Thing about mag-fed guns, they're very sensitive about shells. I think that shell just got a little bit deformed. They're AR controls.
Are we calling this the Rock Island VR80?
Yep.
Is that what the proper name is?
That is the proper name for it, yeah. It has worked. It's had not really any real feed problems. It takes Benelli mobile chokes, so same as the Nova, same as the Beretta 1301. The triggers are pretty bad. Just not gonna lie, it's really heavy. There's a fair amount of aftermarket stuff coming out for them. These guns are really hot right now, so there is a factory magwell from Rock Island as well as a factory compensator in both a long and a short version. I don't have either of those, so but from what I hear, they work pretty all right. The concern I have about this gun, I don't think it's going to be the next big thing you're going to see Josh Fralick or Scott Green or any of those top open guys go to. The reason being, if you look at it, break it apart, and it's not a super complex gun. You'll see, this is also another annoying point. So the handguard, none of these M-LOK slots or QDs actually work. Because you see they're right on the gas piston, which vents a nice, vents gas right on your hand, which is why I'm wearing the glove. It didn't blow the finger apart, by the way, that was already like that. Your gas piston's here, it seems to be pretty reliable. It actually runs pretty clean because it conveniently vents it all right onto your hand. Break it apart, and if you look at it, on the inside, the metal it's kind of a common theme with Turkish shotguns, it seems like. It's not super great, so you can see how chewed up that buffer's getting. There's little pieces of aluminum in there. So I think what you're gonna see long-term is some breakage. There's already some people working on aftermarket buffers and bits for them.
So the weird thing is we have like a round buffer, right? But the contact is this off, part of the bolt right there. And it's offset, right? So it's only hitting on the bottom part of the buffer. Yep. Which is causing it to spin and giving you that nice little circular machining grooves. Yeah. If we can see it here.
So it strikes off center. Not all the guns are this bad about that from what I've seen. And I think the issue is just that it's sharp on the corners of this particular little sled assembly, whatever the heck they call it, that pushes back on that buffer from the bolt carrier. Charging handle's reversible. There's a few people that are doing ambies, if that's something you're into, or something even bigger. I don't see the need for it. But that's the thing that concerns me. As far as reliability, I've run it all the way through the match. The only thing I did, I put some more oil on it this morning, and it's worked pretty good. The other thing is, you can see that being sharp, causing that chewing up of the buffer. Partly it's material, partly it's workmanship. It's a $650 shotgun. So the corners of this are sharper than the corners on the other gun that I've seen. And the barrel here, the chokes were super tight. These are the correct pattern of chokes, but I had to kind of buff them a little bit to get them to fit because I think they weren't super attentive in how they cut those threads. So, but the cool thing is, when you think about it, this gun's 650 bucks street price. You need about 80 bucks worth of stock stuff because it comes with a goofy thumb hole thing for import regulations. I have $700 retail price into the gun, less because I already had a bunch of Magpul stuff sitting around because they're super cool about sponsoring matches. Threw a dot on there. If you wanted to, you could get like the $100 comp and the like $80 magwell, I think it is. Think about it versus buying a Stoger and 3000 to get into the game, because they work. and then buying caddies and then having someone do all the load work, or you can do what everyone knows and put magazines into things and shoot it like a rifle, like it's just a giant PCC. These mags also, by the way, do fit in. This is just a Lag Tactical 308 pouch, so it fits AR-10, SR-25 mags. If you got something a little bit longer, you're gonna want a longer pouch. Like if I have a 19 rounder here, those things are pretty goofy and long. They seem to work pretty good. Just welded some, these are just
some old wrenches.
This was a Thursday night when I realized, oh yeah, we have no way to carry a 19 round mag. Probably want to have that. These are the wrenches that come with like a angle grinder to change the discs.
Yep.
Welded that right on there. There's another one. Right here says Milwaukee on it. So welded them, test fired them, worked fine.
It's a pretty inexpensive option for shooting open if you're open curious.
You know, not even if you're open curious. If you're 3-gun curious, but you don't want to get into this weird quad loady stuff, like even if you're not great at it, anyone can throw a mag in here. And even the mag insertion is nicer than a Vepr. I mean, it's just like an AR, and you don't have to do any funny rocking motion, and you don't need a lot of force. They're pretty easy to seat on a closed bolt. So that's the VR80. I think that you're going to start seeing a lot more of these around, and you're probably going to see a few people like Hayes making bits for them and tuning them up to be, you know, kind of right in the middle of the pack. Not a whole lot of involvement, but you know, an open gun that'll probably work out of the box.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
All right, we're out of here at the Magpul Texas 3-Gun Championship. Brian Nelson trying new stuff and telling us about it. Thanks, Brian.